Jay Sri Radheshyam. Welcome back. Evidence against God. A video that I found on YouTube. Actually, I haven't seen the video. As soon as I saw the screenshot, the thumbnail of the video, this channel came to my mind and I say I will watch live and commenting, reacting to this video. Let's see what this dude has to say about God. Is there evidence against God? Let's see if his theory is only based on the Bible and the bogus understanding of God from a Western point of view.
Nothing more than the burden of proof, and that's why they try to redefine what evidence means so that it is no longer a fact that indicates. Because they can't give you any facts, not to point their way, so they give arguments instead of evidence, essentially word games trying to define their God into existence, with erroneous or fallacious assumptions built into most of them. If you ever look at a list of logical fallacies, you might notice that every one of them has been used as an argument for God, and in my experience, every argument for God involves at least one logical fallacy and usually more than one. And as I'm sure we will both demonstrate in our upcoming discussion, at which time I will claim that as one of many facts and evidence in my case against God. Of course, the first fact in evidence against God is that there is no evidence for God. We have to start there because logically, having no reason to believe something is a pretty good reason not to believe it, especially when such is neither probable nor even possible. We don't get to say that anything is possible because we know too many things that are not.
Okay, stop right there. I want to ask you, because we are watching from the channel, it's called Aaron Ra. Aaron Ra, Ra may be his family name, like Ravin or Ramon or Ravindranath. Ra, what does it mean? Aaron Ra. I will reply with this. There is no evidence about God. What kind of evidence are you looking for, Aaron? That he will come flying on a cloud? The evidence I will give you right now is sharp and has a strong consistency. Tell me, who created your body? Your mother and father? Okay, let's keep the line back. Those bodies, how are alive? What left from the body when the body died? There is something that makes a difference between a living body and a dead body, a corpse. For sure you know what is a corpse, right? That corpse is missing something that even by science and by mathematics, by primitive testing, we cannot test because this world has not yet the tools for testing that. There is some energy that had been lost from the corpse, that corpse is not anymore a living body like your in the video or mine that can think, that can feel, that can act and react to anything, right? So there is no evidence of God. I will tell you, God is the life. This is the first evidence on God. Now the problem is that maybe you are looking for a God on a Christian point of view. As for sure you are not a Christian, I can call it and put it as a mythology. You are looking at God on the Christian mythology point of view. So you will search for God from a Germanic or Nordic point of view. You will try to find Thor with a hammer, right? But God is not like this. God is something that is beyond our imagination and the description of many of the holy books around the globe. One of the nature of God is that He is life. He is eternal. Why? Because He has not beginning and not end. No beginning. In Sanskrit, anadi. He has no starting point and therefore not begin, no end. Because it's eternal. It's not made of material elements that are conditioned to birth and death. So God, you will not find God under those laws that you are trying to prove, to find God out of that. Of course, God is not in a cloud dancing in the sky, something like that, right? But God is omnipresent. Every single living being is an expansion of God. What gives life to every single living entity. And I am counting not only human, I am counting animals, vegetables, trees, the planet Earth, the sun, from where the sun energy is coming, from where the sun has his power, that is God's power. From where you have your breath, when you are breathing, That life is called prana. Prana is the energy of life that is present on all living entities. When you lose the prana, the pran, you lose your life. That's why in ancient yogic practice, you work with your prana, with your breathing. And by your breathing, you can extend your lifespan. By the breathing of pran, of life, of God energy, God in itself, you can expand your consciousness. By the breathing technique, special breathing technique, secret, you can jump into the astral world. That astral world and these things for sure are known by you because in your laptop you have an esoterical symbol, the pyramid, the triangle. You know from where triangle is coming, the three holy concepts from Trishul. Trishul is the manifestation of God, the expansion of God, Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva. So the very life that you have for denying God is God in itself. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, I give the power to the demons. So demons can do anything, us neglecting God. But I will not convince you about the existence of God because that will be stupid from my side. I am seeing you, you are alive, then God is there. You see me contradicting your speech and I am alive. Therefore God is in my heart.
Cow cannot jump over the moon, for example. That's not just improbable, that's physically impossible. In order to say whether something is possible, there must be a precedent or parallel or verified phenomenon indicating that such possibility exists. You don't have that for gods or ghosts or demons or souls or for magical enchantments like blessings or curses. So not only is none of that evident, it's not even a possibility to consider. Believers can't even give a consistent definition of what their God is supposed to be. Neuroscientists understand the mind to be an emergent property.
I can give you an explanation not based on what I believe is, but based on ancient texts. Once again, you are doing a small mistake. I'm sorry, brother, for saying this, but you are doing a big mistake, not small. Let's not be humble on this. Let's tell the truth as the truth is. You are doing a big mistake because you are basing your studies or your speech on science and possible some basic research on Bible. Have you been studying Buddhism? They are atheists in the way that they don't believe in God as something supreme, something important. They have much more proof than what you are saying from your point of view about God. But have you been studying the Vedas? Have you been studying Srimad Bhagavatam? Have you been studying the Srimad Bhagavad Gita? Texts that are older than Christianity. Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago at least. How long have been Christianity over the planet? 2,000. So Bhagavad Gita just as a text is more than double time of the Christian culture. How long your country have been free or exists? 200, 300 years? Srimad Bhagavatam is over 5,000 years and there everything is explained. So if you cannot believe God because you have no proof, it's because you haven't been doing a proper investigation. And wait there, maybe you or people who is following you is thinking, this is a Hare Krishna fanatic. I am no Hare Krishna. Yes, I am no Hare Krishna. I am a follower of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. I have nothing to do with ISKCON and with the Hare Krishna movement of Western, as you can see in United States. Probably you are in the United States. I have nothing to do with that. I'm not Hinduist. Yeah, I am a devotee of God. So there is no proof. There is proof and consistent proof. You know, there is one holy text in India. It's called the Ramayana. I will give you this insight because it's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. And I want to share with you, brother, because you are also soul. You are a spiritual soul. You are a perfect creation of God. So perfect that you can understand so many failures from the Western culture and Western society and religion and point of view that you end up believing that God does not exist. That's wonderful, really. Okay, I will show you something. There is one book, holy book, as the Vedas, as the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam that I am explaining now. It's called Ramayana. Ramayana is the story of Ramchandra. Ramchandra is an avatar. Avatar means expansion or manifestation of God. Ramchandra, Ram, you have the name Ram, Ra, in your word, maybe Ra because of Egypt. Well, this is coming from Ram, Rama, from the god Ram. Ram is God in itself, but we understand that God can expand and show himself as millions of trillions of billions of ways and different forms. Some of them are more full power and some are more basic. This Ram, Ramachandra, he was here on earth. And in the Ramayana is explained why he came here, why he did his lila, his adventure on earth, and what happened, exactly where and how. There are many things that science, Westerns, European researchers were thinking this is all mythology, because many part of the stories are sounding like from science fiction movies, like from futuristic movies or just mythology. Okay, one of the main part of the Ramayana is when Ram pray to create a bridge that will cross from India, from his land, because Rama manifests himself as a king, King Rama, that can go this bridge and cross over the ocean and to land in Sri Lanka, and that time called Lanka. We're talking thousands of years ago. That's why this information is hidden. So therefore we can have people talking all kind of nonsense because they don't know the history. If you don't know the history, you don't know really what is happening. This book and those books are historical books that have been taught as mythological, because from that point of view you will not believe what is going on there, what is happening there, because it's a mythology. But those books are not mythology, are real, and I am showing you right now why. Rama, through mantras, the power, inner power, he developed and construct by the power of the mind a bridge that connects India to Lanka to go to the kingdom of a demon called Ravana, who kidnapped Rama's wife Sita. Okay, everything is mythology until we find proof, and I am giving you proof. What you have now on screen is the called Ram Setu by the text, or in English is Adam's Bridge. This bridge was built up by the power of Ram, inner power, through floating stones. Everyone said back in time this is mythology, but the rock stones floating exist and are here on the picture. You can do a small research on Google. Anyone can do a small research on Google and will find all the information. Beautiful pictures of the floating stones you can see are like micro islands who are floating, and basically it gives the power to walk on top, and you can cross from India to Sri Lanka. Actually, Sri Lanka was the land of Ravana, the demon who kidnapped the wife of Ramchandra. This is proof. So here you have a proof. The big difference is that you don't know you don't know about who the avatars are and how really God works on this world. Of course, I will be extremely honest and rude on my words here, but I'm not a Christian, and I never swallow the Christian theory because there are many faults on the Christian theology, philosophy. Many things were hidden from Christianity. The real Christianity is in the Catechism. You can, or anyone can go through what is Catechism and study the esoteric philosophy of them, and you will realize what really Christianity is, as Jesus teach, and is very different than the actual Christianity, and of course very different than the 1000 times retouched Bible. So from that point of view, I am with you, brother. But I have to tell you, there are proofs of God. Another proof, 5,000 years ago, God expanded himself in his full power as Krishna. Krishna is not a guru. Krishna is not an avatar like another expansion. Krishna is God in himself. He is called in the Shastra, in the holy books, in the text, Swayam Bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna in the story built up a city, perfect city with incredible technology. That city is called Dwarka. That city was near by the coast, by the ocean, the sea, and everything was mythology one more time. For Western minds, it was all mythology. Nothing like that can exist. But I have proof for you again. We will take a trip underwater. We will deep dive. Actually, the city of Dwarka has been found one more time. But for those things to supporting the status quo, because all of this is a complot against the real history of humankind, all this information had been blocked. But for the ones who study this properly and who are going deeper on these topics, this is not anymore something that they can block to us. Let's watch some part of this video. I just did a fast research. You go Google, you put Dwarka city lost underwater, and you will find some fake pictures, yes, but then you find some real evidence. This is from Discovery Plus.
I dive in.
By the way, I'm not saying Discovery Plus is a good source. What I am saying that this is real.
Eager to see what the scientists have found beneath the waves.
Yeah. This is Dwarka, the city of Krishna.
Okay, we are heading down. Visibility is fair. Follow me. Copy that.
Very important topic, very important point on what I am exposing now, what I am showing you now, and to all of you who are watching this video, is that by the text, also it reads that how Dwarka city was destroyed. It was destroyed by water, and all the city collapsed and fell to the ocean. This is the story on the text, and you are seeing the city in the same place, same spot, same area, underwater. So there you have another proof.
Very sandy, but it looks like a lot of growth down here. A lot of seaweed on the bottom. Josh, you gotta check this out.
I race
Okay,
over to see
let's
what
go
That
here.
is definitely man-made.
Definitely
Those are
man-made.
clear, right angles. There's no way that this is natural.
This is a stone that has definitely been carved for some sort of structure. But what? I can't yet tell.
That's incredible. Let's see what else is around here.
Okay, there is another proof. I have been studying this topic. Pictures, studies, proper scientific studies are there in the area. But for some reason this information is not going public, but is there. If you research, you will find all this information. So as I mentioned earlier, this story of the city of Dwarka of Krishna is on the text. You have to read Srimad Bhagavatam to understand this. And in the same text the same text reads how the city was destroyed and where it was. And it's exactly the same point that we have there. This city, by the way, in India is called Dwarka city, in honor to the story of the holy books, not knowing that the real Dwarka was underwater, for real, not only by text as a mythology. There you have another proof of God. Because the same texts that are telling this, that have been discovered recently, is telling that Krishna is supreme personality of God. Krishna is God. More proofs? I can give you tons of proofs, because this have been my lifespan studies and research. I can give you thousands of proofs like this. And I do with respect. You know why? Because there was a time in my own life that I was feeling the same. Nothing of this can be real. God cannot exist because I cannot prove, I cannot have contact with Him. Do you know what? Why people cannot have contact with God? Direct contact. Because His energy is so powerful that if you will have darshan, we call it darshan, direct vision and contact with God, His energy is so powerful that you will burn in ashes because your consciousness is not ready for that. People who have been, because in our tradition, Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we have knowledge of people, sadhakas, devotees who had contact with God, direct contact, that He appeared in front of them. In the Bible reads, the man is made, I will show you. Here is it. I don't want to say the verse in a wrong way. Genesis 1:27. So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. Many say that this doesn't mean that God has an image, but God has an image, and also this is described in our holy text, the ancient, the oldest text over planet Earth, the Vedas, the Puranas. Our texts are the oldest and are growth in Sanskrit, the oldest language, the first language of humankind and from the universe. But that is another topic much more deeper to discuss. So in the text, as they are telling about Ram Setu, this bridge I just showed you, prove God exists. In the other text, the Puranas, they are telling that Dwarka city, the city of Krishna exists, prove. The same text reads that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. He is God. The same text are telling that Krishna has a form, God has a form. His body is spiritual, transcendental, while our body, temporary body, is material, limited, whose destiny is to die. We came to this planet, we leave this planet. We came inside this body, we leave this body. Proof also in the Bible. God is created. No. So God created man in his own image. There is it. Do you need more proof? I will leave this conversation here because I think I have been given 2 shots that are an absolutely knockout. From here, I want to invite you to do some research on the textbooks I have been telling and read with respect because they are holy books, but with an open mind as well. That may your life can be absolutely transformed under the light of the true. You will be surprised. I'm very happy. Jay Sri Radheshyam, thanks to all of you for watching. Give like, share and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next. Vaya Nitai Gaura Radheshyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram.